And there's definitely mist over there. Is that the sanctuary? It just may be, so let's keep on moving here. Oh, what the hell is that? What the? Uh-oh. Alright, guys. And we got ourselves a boss battle here, guys. We got, I think it's called Hill Gigars, I think, something like that. I think it was a mistranslation. I think he's supposed to be called Hill Gigas because he's an Earth Gigas and he casts Earthquake. But yeah, we got the Jolly Green Giant here. And the one reason why I did put Float on Eiko was because this prevents you from getting hit by Earthquake. So I go ahead and do that. And now there's a couple of items you can steal. I believe it's like an Ether, a Phoenix Down, a Mithril Fork, and a Fairy Flute. I think those are the items that you can steal. So, oh, Hip Hop. To the fun don't stop, right? Here we go. Still the Mithril Fork, and I believe the Fairy Flute is like the hardest freaking item to steal at this point in the game. So, here we go. We'll focus one time. I'm gonna try to steal the Fairy Flute anyway. I'm gonna cast Judgment Bolt. Bam. Alright. And we'll go ahead, I don't think you can do anything other than cast Bio. I think Bio is like the strongest attack that Vivi has at this point, so I'm gonna keep on using him. Oh no, Zidane just fell to the ground. Are you kidding me? I forget how much damage it does. This is actually like the hardest hitting attack that he has. Oh, Eiko fell on the ground too? Really? Oh dear lord. Everyone fell on the ground? Really? Son of a bitch. What was the point of me casting that? Hold on. Terrestrial Rage. I like the sound of that. I think that sounds really, really cool. I like the names of all the summons like Judgment Bolt, Terrestrial Rage, Hellfire, Diamond Dust. Is that a wooden owl? It's a clay owl. Okay, this is totally like Full Metal Alchemist right here. Playing the role of Edward Elric. Alphonse Punch. Falcon Punch. And you think that would hurt a lot more than 700 damage, right? Eiko. Wait, was that an Eidolon? I didn't know you could use summon magic. Well, I told you guys that you could use summon magic already, but whatever. Knockdown? Oh no. Hey, stop punching my friend there. Where's Bio? Okay. Stole the Phoenix down, and I don't think I'm ever going to be able to steal that Fairy Flute. Okay, I need to get Float back on. Yeah, get some Float back up in the air, and I need to have people heal. And I think this guy has like 8,000 HP, if I recall correctly. Here we go. Bio to the dome. Take that, but you know what? The green guy always reminds me of like how I need to eat my vegetables, and I know it sounds like really childish, but it's kind of true. I think it's like really hard to like eat stuff that like doesn't have any flavor really until you like season it up. You know the craziest thing is when you go to like a restaurant and you get like, I want to say like a salad. So people are always trying to eat healthy, right? But these salads always have like this ridiculous amount of salad dressing on it that's like super unhealthy. It was like I was being lectured by my stepdad when I was in Hawaii. He was like, "Oh, you have to make sure you eat this and that and blah 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 blah." So he ordered like a salad with like ridiculously bad dressing on it, and I'm just like, I think that's equivalent if they put like all the different cheese on it and all the other different things. So I don't know. I guess he eats more greens than I do, but I don't feel like he's any healthier for it. So. Oh, Kiraga! Oh, bull to the crap. I did not know you could do that. How much do you heal yourself by? Oh, what the hell? That is bull. On a scale of 1 to bull, that is total bull. So here we go. Terrestrial Rage! I think that's so comical. I don't know why. With like the punching motion in the air until he falls back down. It's just great. Alright, but Dagger is running out of MP. I gotta go heal her. And Eiko is running out of MP as well. Okay, well, Ether for my lovely Dagger. Here we go. I think I've gotta go down in a couple of hits, right? Come on. I always feel like such an alchemist when I do that, you know? It's like... Uh-oh. He's kind of like an apothecary back in the olden days when they're like, "Oh, are you a pharmacist?" No, I'm the apothecary. And you just give people like stupid things like a horseshoe, and you're like, "Oh yeah, this will protect you from harm. Get your money back." Here we go. Man, all right. Hey, you know what? This guy's starting to remind me a little bit. He's reminding me a little bit of Shrek. He looks a little bit like Shrek. Oh, wait a minute. We're all on the ground again. I was not aware of that because I'm busy talking about Shrek. Why am I talking about Shrek? Yeah, I can never get this fairy flute. I never get the fairy flute, but you can get the fairy flute like really soon, so don't even bother. In reality, I should just have Zidane kill. So, set Zidane into kill mode. Uh-oh, he's slapping his butt here. Oh, that's so gross. That's so gross. Alright, Fenrir. I like the name Fenrir. It reminds me of Fenrir Greyback from Harry Potter, so. He's actually a very evil character. Absolutely awful. Timber! Nice, alright. Down goes the giant clunky man. Body temp, clear-headed, antibody, loudmouth. Hey, I like it. Learning everything under the Tuscan sun. That big monster just shows up from time to time. I usually just run away. But you're a pretty good fighter, Eiko. But thank you. Hey, how come you can summon Eidolons, Eiko? I thought you could too, Dagger. Well, not usually. Hey, have you always been able to do that? Of course, my grandpa and everyone else did it all the time. Wait, what do you mean? Hey, that's not the way to my house. That's the way to the iamthetie. This way to my place. I was only looking at the mountains. The iamthetie. I thought it was called Sanctuary. Huh? Oh, that's what the dwarves call it. Everyone else calls it the iamthetie. The iamthetie? Let's go. Alright. So apparently, Eiko is belong to a long line of summoners, and apparently, maybe she and Dagger are related somehow. Very unusual. Is there anything else I can put on her in the meantime? I'm gonna put this on her. Still learning ability up like a champion. Okay. Let's keep on moving right here, and I'm gonna go ahead and move in this direction before trekking all the way back in that other area. We got a treasure chest right here, which has an ether. Uh-oh. You can hear my phone in the background. You hit that Lost Woods. Oh my god. It's okay. I'll call my mom later. It's fine. She'll understand if I'm recording a video. No, she has no idea. I feel so bad, so I want to talk about like other things in the meantime. So like mainly I want to talk about like studying and how it's like not going really well. Actually, I shouldn't be talking about studying at all because I'm like sitting here playing a video game, but I kind of needed a break because the problem that I've always had with studying currently is that like my work schedule, like they say it's like a 10-hour workday. It's supposed to be like 4 days a week, right? But it actually turns into a little bit longer than that. It's more like I want to say it's more like 12 hours because I go in, I got to get up at like 4:40 in the morning at the latest in order to get to work on time. The work starts at 5:30 and I end up staying late. There's just like so much to do that I like kind of expected myself. And I end up staying till like 5 o'clock every single time. And there's the Kim Possible ringtone if you heard that in the background. But I just like kind of feel like I expect so much of myself. So it's like 12 hours, and then the trip back home because it's in traffic, it takes like a whole lot longer than like the trip to get there. Because you know, like when you leave at like 5 o'clock in the morning, there is no traffic at 5 o'clock in the morning on the freeway. It doesn't matter whether you're in LA or whether you're in Florida or Massachusetts or whatever. Although I guess you guys don't have freeways, you guys have payways, right? Yeah. I hate having to pay for those freeways too, by the way. Or they're called highways, where you guys, I don't remember. They say it's like for building stuff, but I don't feel like the roads in those areas are any better than the roads that are free, you know? So I'm wondering like what people actually use their money on, like the government. So I'm always really skeptical about that. I always feel like there's a whole lot of like pocketing that's going on. Like I feel like the worst thing is when you feel like you're paying like a whole bunch of taxes. Like I think they take like 25% of my income typically. And I make like no money whatsoever. Put redstone in, put the blue stone in, yellow stone in, and the green stone in. Something came out from the back. We see the Moonstone. And there we go. So that is pretty cool. And if you go ahead and take a look at the Moonstone here, it teaches you Shell and Beast Killer. And actually, this is pretty cool because depending on what other thing that Eiko has, it changes what Fenrir can do. Because basically, like, a couple of her elementals, like she has Carbuncle and she has Fenrir, and basically depending on what the add-on that is equipped, it changes. I think it's Fenrir from like an Earth elemental to a Wind elemental. I think that's what the Moonstone does, which is pretty neat. I have to go look that up again, so don't take my words for what they are. It's just some guy telling you about a video game who's played it such a long time ago. But you know, it's basically something like that. So we keep on moving along here. And we'll go ahead and walk over here, and this is pretty close. Okay, so the video is running a little bit long, but it's like, it's not long enough where I want to split it up into 2 videos, because then that's like, it's kind of cheating you guys, right? I think I might do it anyway. I think by the time I finish this, it'll be like the 29-minute mark. Thinking about it, so I'll have to split it up into 2. Otherwise, you know, like, it's just a really long video, and I never want to have you guys like sit there and watch a 30-minute video. I feel guilty about that. Not that I don't think you guys would want to watch a 30-minute video, because I think like in terms of pacing, it'd probably be better if it was a single video. But okay, and I gotta say that these trolls are like super cool. And for some reason, when I was younger, I always thought that he had like a beard, because I always imagined like trolls having beards for whatever reason. But this guy's like bald as a baby's butt cheek on his face, so I don't know. And he has like the skull collection of all the other people that he's killed, maybe? I don't know. Anyway, getting back to work, it's just been like so hard to study. I don't know, and at the same time I feel like I've kind of like lost my motivation for a little bit. I'm trying to regain my mojo. Cause like how Vivi was like searching for a purpose, you know? It's like I kind of feel like I'm trying to like refocus and trying to like regain my purpose. Not because I don't think I can do the things I want to do, but there's like so many other things that I feel like I would be missing out on. And at the same time, medical school in terms of commitment, like, it's such a financial commitment. I mean, like, putting yourself like 200 grand in debt as opposed to not putting yourself 200 grand in debt, you really have to think about that, and that's really bad. I mean, because at the end of the day, you want to have a lot of doctors and you want to have a lot of pharmacists, but when the cost of education is so high, it's kind of like, what do you do? Kind of like when I ended up with a bachelor's degree, but I'm like doing all this like manual labor and everything else. So it's just like it's tough. It's hard to decide what's like the proper direction to go. You know what I mean? Giving yourself like focus. So I'm really thinking about that. It's just like kind of a little bit of an update. And then there's more trolls here. I'm being trolled by trolls, and if you rub their belly, they don't have like a little stone, so you don't get a wish. Do you guys remember those trolls? Okay, well apparently you made Vivi angry. Thank you so much for that. But you know, I've actually been thinking about a couple of other things. Like I was looking at other jobs. I mean, I could apply for a full-time position because I'm pretty sure, I'm like 99% sure I could get the full-time position, but then I'd be part of the warehouse if I were to do like my current job right now. And then I was also thinking about like joining the military. Not like the army or anything. I was thinking like joining like the Navy. But they have like these really interesting jobs, like in terms of chemistry for the like civilian jobs actually. I feel like that structured environment would be really neat. I feel like it actually could be pretty good for me. Not to be like, I feel like the military is like always good for someone, but I feel like it would give you, like if you're looking for a purpose, I feel like it really helps you, you know? And at the same time, if you were to do a program like that, and then it rekindled my interest in medical school, because at that point, then if you were to do a program running through them, then it'd also be like really, like a lot cheaper, you know what I mean? There you go, let's put this one on her. Let me use Tiara, let's upgrade to, put the Insomniac ability on her, and the reason why I'm going through all these things right now is you're gonna see in just a second, so here we go. And I believe there's a friendly enemy in the grass over here. But if you were to do it through like a naval program, you know, they pay for your schooling, so like 200 grand in debt, you're not 200 grand in debt, you know? So it's a totally viable option. So I mean, I've been weighing out different things in my head, maybe thinking it might be too soon to make kind of a commitment in terms of like 200 grand. Not to say that like money should like govern exactly what you want to do, but I come from like a super poor upbringing, so I mean, like, if I'm not thinking about finances, then I'm not really, like, that's bad, you know what I mean? Like, because in reality, like, you should always be thinking about, like, whether something's, like, feasible. Just like how I feel like, at the same time, I feel like higher education, like, it's becoming worth less and less, because the problem isn't that, like, America's not educated enough, it's that people aren't always willing to work, because I feel like I mentioned before, like when you get a college degree, you expect not to do physical labor, so nobody wants to do physical labor, but physical labor has to happen somewhere, because someone's got to do the dirty work, right? I think that's what this 70-something-year-old guy was telling me that I worked at, and like, you know how I was telling you how I was working in the warehouse, like kind of like the warehouse manufacturing area, because I do both, I kind of jump back and forth, but like when I'm working in the manufacturing area, this guy's like 70-something years old, and he puts me to shame, like the amount of work that he can do. He's super impressive, and he used to work at Monsanto. And like, you know, you guys might know Monsanto because they make like genetically modified food now, right? And they have like a big thing in Britain. Britain's like always really upset with them. I'm not doing it justice by explaining it in that poorly, because I know a lot more about it, but I'm trying to like simplify it basically. Ooh, there's a blazer beetle here. So basically they used to do that, but back when he was working for them, they used to do dyes for plastic. So that's what he used to do. And then he retired from them, and then he got bored, and then he worked at Target, and then he retired from Target, and then he collects money from them, and then he was working down at Genentech, like the place where I was working at. and then he just retired from there. So he collects retirement from 3 different places, which is pretty cool. Yeah, but he's a total workhorse. It's amazing what he can do. And then finally he's sitting there, and then he was like, you know, this work is really tiring. It's starting to wear me down a little bit. You know, he's starting to get, like, maybe his wrist hurts and his back hurts. And I'm thinking, like, I'm 25 years old, and my back and my wrist already hurt from the stuff that I do. I'm like, I feel like such an old fart, you know? So it's tough. Let's keep on going on here. And the reason why I'm fighting these enemies is because there is a friendly enemy, like I mentioned before. I'm trying to find him. I believe it's the Yeti. So I'm going to keep on hunting, and when I find him, I will be right back. That way I can cut this video in the appropriate locale. Come on. You're killing me, game. Alright, I found it. So here's the Yeti. Here's the Yeti that I was finding out, and that's why I wanted to do that to wrap up the video. So we got the Yeti right here. There's one other guy on the outer continent that you can get in terms of friendly enemies. So here you go. Give me some ore. Or what? It's so bad. That's like that Shirley joke in airplanes. Like, stop calling me Shirley. So yeah, I'm just gonna have everyone throw an ore. What if I select the wrong thing? What if I throw eye drops at him? Is that cool? Can I throw eye drops on him? He kind of looks like he needs it. He needs to get a shave. Well, thank you. I am a Yeti. Say hello to the nymph for me. You look like a ghost, and you don't look very friendly to me. Really creepy. Oh yeah, I've learned everything. Learned the locomotion. And I got an elixir for my trouble too. So here we go. And that should wrap up everything, and I believe I'm gonna go ahead say thank you guys for watching. Obviously I'm probably gonna split that into 2 videos, but you know, Dagger and Zidane got married. We picked up a new character, which is always really cool, and we learned a ton of cool abilities because that's always awesome. So here we go. Still working on Sacrifice. I think I got everything on the Ritual Hat already. And apparently I'm still working on Mug, and I got Empty Attack right here. But I believe she can upgrade here, because she has nothing to put on there, so I'm just going to put that on her. And I think that is everything that she can learn right there as well. So, yeah, that's going to wrap up the video for today. I hope you guys enjoyed. As always, feel free to click the like button if you did. Because I always like hearing from you guys. It warms my heart, you know, so. When we pick up next time, we're going to go ahead and move back into Eiko's hometown, I believe. Because we need to find Quina before Quina eats Mog, out of all people. So we'll go ahead and do that, and hope you guys enjoyed. I will catch you next time. Thank you for watching. Bye.